Thank you for 75 months, brother. We got Wellness Weaver. Welcome Susan, Vivian, Banti Karuna Sota. What's up? Hope all is well. Everything's great. Sound healing. We're gonna have a spiritual gathering with medicine for the people again. September 25th to the 28th. How far was Chicago from? You're surprised to see? No, I didn't go to Chicago. My parents went to Chicago. Somebody has to watch the cats. If I went, I probably had some deep dish pizza or something. Yeah, I took them, but they can take themselves. Luckily. What your cat's name? My cat's name Annie, but my sister took my cat and she also went on vacation, so we're babysitting our cat for her because she's in Japan. I know, such a light worker family. Lots of babysitting. Babysit people, babysit cat, and babysit adults. You would have. I went to Chicago one time. In high school. Yeah, we feed stray cats, but they keep multiplying. We neuter and spay cats, but this is Cat Haven. You know. Welcome, Adam Euphrasia. We got Dreamy in here. Lately, lots of emotional people in community. Just gotta stay grounded. Stay grounded. Love your damn self never stops. Center yourself and breathe. Remember the super basics. But whenever it's time to remember the super basics, sometimes we forget. That's why you have to have some discipline for an extended amount of time, like 5 years. But because if you can focus for 5 years, it can be a lifetime of discipline. It's just, that's a long time, but it's not as long as your whole life peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, Petite Bear. Tiffany. Stop, breathe, and believe. And sometimes people come here and expect me to react or whatever. Stop, breathe, relax. Whatever I'm sharing with you, I practice myself. Like Amanda says, your sleeping technique worked the other night when you explained it to me. I use that technique more often if I need to be more strict with my sleep. it just works. So I applied for a volunteering opportunity to help take care of cats. Okay. I heard that before. What's the sleeping technique? You want to write it down, or you want... Actually, there's a lot of videos already too. I made this video like... Here's a super secret technique if you have trouble sleeping. Yeah, she said it didn't even take 15 minutes. First, you lay down on your back to prevent you from rolling around. And sleeping on your back is a solid sleeping meditation technique. Sleeping on the side makes you roll around. Yeah. Relax your hands, feet, and eyeballs. So it's methodical, which is why it works. It's not just general. People, when we hear about meditation technique, it's like Wim Hof. I call it Wim Hof like more barbarian style technique. It works. It's just not. It's not so. It's a little bit more blunt style of meditation. Relax hands, feet, and eyeballs. Relax facial muscles. And just breathe. That's the prerequisite. Okay. Then you start counting. Number 1 in, 1 out. Taking your time to breathe. 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out, 1 in. But take your time. When you have thoughts in your head and you catch yourself, you go to number 2. 2 in. Thank you, Spooter. 1 out. 2 in. So you have a thought again. If you misplace what number you're on, start back at 1 and proactively scan your body, making sure your hands, feet, and eyeballs are relaxed. It's not about getting to a high number. It's about sleeping. That's it. Simple. The reason you can't sleep because you think too damn much in bed. Proactively relax your body. Count 1 in, 1 out. Keeping your facial muscles, hands and feet, because the reason the hands, feet, and eyeballs are the things you use the most. Right. And right, hands, feet, and eyeballs, all day you use them, even in bed. Right. But the moment you decide, just try it right now. Wherever you're sitting, unless you're driving, okay? Try relaxing your hands, feet, and eyeballs. And breathe. Drag your breathing if you have issues with focus. And then once you do that, that's just the prerequisite, right? Then when you start counting, because when thoughts come up, that's what takes you away from your sleep. Your ex comes up, ex-wife, ex-husband, your grandma, your job, your boss shows up, your insecurities show up, good thoughts, bad thoughts. And so the counting helps you have a placeholder for being in the moment by counting. One, right? One is here, one. Thought is not here. Thought is called imagination, illusion. And so when you detect, oh, go to number 2, back to the moment. And then I called it the SSST, super secret sleeping technique. It's like a jutsu. Mystic Village has a jutsu, just like Naruto. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. You know. Sleep form. Sleep formation. Relax hands and feet and eyes. Oh, it works. Date ba yo. How does one learn to love their damn self? I hear you speak about it. It sounds like something that you find really important. How does one learn to love? I talk about it every day. Step 1, the way you love your damn self is actually doing something that's practical, like practicing thanksgiving and gratitude. It's so simple that we miss it. How can gratitude be a way to love yourself? Right? Because being grateful is about something you already have. The issue with people not happy is because they keep thinking about what they don't have. I'm single, I'm sad, I'm broke, I'm lonely. But when you start being grateful and thankful, you're focusing on your blessings that you already have. And here's the secret. You have to be genuine when you're being grateful. You can listen, I'm thankful for my damn toe. I'm grateful for my grandma, my pizza, the cookie I ate. I'm grateful for my goats. I'm grateful for my smartphone because it's real smart. I'm grateful for chat PT. I'm grateful for my gasoline. You see how not genuine and disconnected? You're just listing a bunch of things, but you're not genuinely doing it. That's why that part. Genuinely, like, I'm so grateful for being alive because I could be dead. That's real. I'm grateful for the money that I have because I remember what it's like to be so damn broke. I'm grateful that I finally focus on peace because I'm tired of being lost in the club sipping on Henny, you know. I'm just kidding, it's tequila. Just kidding. When you're at the club, you drink everything. Shoot, okay? If they got tequila, you drink it. Right? If it's Henny, you drink that. Because somebody bought those. I'm not, like, it's free? Let's go. You bought it? Shoot, let's go. Yes, many techniques to sleep, yeah. So if you can just master that one technique and genuinely do it, it's just most people don't believe how can just that one being genuinely grateful change your life. It's because it's about changing your lifestyle. There's no secret to it. You know what I mean? There's no secret to happiness. Happiness is in plain sight, but the mind makes it so difficult that gratitude can't just be being thankful. And they haven't even tried doing it on a daily basis because they're busy playing Grand Theft Auto. And watching politics. I find gratitude challenging sometimes. Says Marlo. Not because I'm not, because life has been rough. I tell people, imagine only being grateful when the sky is clear. On rainy days, you're ungrateful. It's cloudy today. Oh yeah, I'm not grateful today. Some days in life, it's gonna be rough, so what? You just don't try. On the toughest day and you still practice gratitude, that's what makes your relationship to gratitude and your faith stronger. Right? Those are what really make you stronger. Right? Even like the Buddha, what makes him is like, man, I'm dying being skinny because I'm eating 1 grain of rice a day. And like, man, there's gotta be some other way. Right? Same thing with Jesus. Like when life gets difficult, like, man, I got the Holy Spirit. The Lord is right. The Lord is within. The Heavenly Father's with me. Not just on the good days, but on the bad days, your faith gets stronger. But some people, like, right? They ran out of Pokemon cards when they go buy them at the store because all the scalpers. Nowadays we're all sad for stuff that doesn't even. No, that's the last one at Walmart. That's called first world issue. No Pokemon card to buy. Wow. I'm sorry, okay, we're just out of Pokemon cards. You know, the evolution, the prismatic thingy is very popular, okay? You just have to love your damn self today. I still practice, just doesn't feel as genuine yet. In the beginning, it's the hardest part, sister. Welcome, Puna. Yeah, I know. I'm making a point. I used to not have a list of gratitude. Like, I used to ask myself, what am I grateful for? And I could only think about 3 things. The reason I'm like this today, because I used to be the opposite. I remember, man, what am I grateful for? I only had like 3 things on the list because I was just so sad and miserable in my life. And so I became obsessed and committed to gratitude because I realized I'm so ungrateful for my life. And I have it already. Imagine waking up is like the biggest miracle that most people are ungrateful for. Gratitude and thankfulness, same thing. Thanksgiving, to me it is. I'm less concerned with the difference of like, you know, to me it's the same thing, but to other people it may be a difference because I like to keep things simple and practical and useful. Sometimes people get caught up in defining things so much and they're still reading the cookbook. No cooking yet, right? Karuna Sota. Like, what did I do? I was so mad and heard you say I'm grateful for my life. It's just we expect happiness to be hard. Like, we know that happiness, it's like sometimes we're the one that make happiness difficult. We know we make it difficult because we're not willing to make it easy because our mind is closed. Like, imagine you could make happiness easy, as simple as just breathing. You could. Why not? The issue is you don't. Because why? The way you've been programmed. You gotta get a girlfriend first. You gotta get a husband, boyfriend. Right? Maybe your teeth crooked. You need to get your teeth fixed. Right? Maybe maybe your money too low. You can't be happy because your money low. Whatever issue, whatever reason you know, that you make to not be happy becomes real. And what about all the people who are low money? Are they just gonna be they're all miserable? No. We can learn to enjoy life at any stage of life, even when it's difficult. Like, man, my leg hurt for the past 2 months. But I'm grateful that I'm still happy. And it's better every day. Right? I could be like, man, I don't want to stream no more. I can't. If I sit on the ground. And people keep making fun of my crooked toes in the beginning. Now they don't say nothing. That's it, my y'all. I'm grateful for electrolyte hydration before 10-hour tattoo. Shout out to the tattoos. People ask me why I'm always laughing during what they see as tough times. But I do the same thing because it's better than worrying. Happy Buddha is always happy because there's always an archetype of happiness that we could connect with. Now, we have to also be grounded and realistic, right? There's a time where things like are concerning, but most of the time, nothing crazy is happening. Sometimes they are. A house fire, that's concerning. Like gunshots and stuff, like that's a different story. But, right, most of the time, it's peaceful. You know what I'm saying? When it's not peaceful here. My dad always told me to not worry too much. I guess he'd been listening to Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning. Smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds. Some people are addicted to their problems because they don't know how to see better. And sadly, that's why I said, where's all the good mentors in their community that failed them? And so We can complain about how mentors have been failing people all around, or decide to be a great mentor in your own community. Stand up for your community wherever it is. Right, when I'm here, many people complain to me about, man, TikTok is so noisy and negative. But they're not out here creating a peaceful social media environment either. And locally, they're also, the people complaining about stuff oftentimes aren't being the change also. Welcoming Rio, Transcend, Michael's back, Susan. And sometimes the only time people will help you is when you pay them money. Great. But most of the time, the people who need the most help will never pay for it or can't afford it and won't go to you. So what do? Go to the people. Ta-da! Go to the people. Bring the medicine to the people. The master helped me. Why don't you help your people? I'm like, my people, spiritual people, my people who are open-minded, who maybe need something more than something that's, we respect tradition, but we need a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, man, I like Buddha, but I'm trying to connect to that nature. I don't want to just bow to the statue. You know what I mean? I'm trying to connect to that Buddha nature, that nirvana. You know, I'm trying to do a little bit more than just chanting. I'm trying to see what kind of wisdom I can learn. Give me some of that nirvana. Welcome, Garrett. Thank you for all the kind word always. Be the change you want to see. We all change ourselves, and then everyone changes collectively. Amen, amen. How should someone deal with hate? You know the answer. If you the way you deal with hate is you hate back. It's with love, of course. Everyone knows, but practice. You can read the cookbook, right? Everyone knows to deal with hate is with love. But when it comes time to deal with hate, everybody fails the damn test. How the hell are you going to be a light worker when it comes to use love? You hate back. Like, what the hell? Right? We all know that. We all read the cookbook. Even Bob Marley said, right? Bob Marley said, we got to fulfill the book. But when it comes time to fulfill the book, the wisdom, you don't fulfill. You just read book, but don't fulfill the book. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop at the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Yes, some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Like, we already know what to do. We just don't do the things we know. Unless you decide to lead. Easier to be a follower. Leader, I gotta show up every Sunday to the park and do a free sound bath for God. Of course, that's what light workers do. That's what bodhisattva do. That's what servants do. do the difficult thing that people are like, why are you crazy? You're not even getting paid. You know? Like, why would you just help people for free? I mean, that's what Buddha and Jesus did. Your grandma probably did it too, but nowadays, we life coach. Link in the bio. Can't help people just off the bat. No, I want my Patreon page. $10,000 for psychic train. Did y'all hear about that? People on Insight Timer says that there's people messaging each other for $10,000 psychic training. Like, shoot. I bet you they're gonna open my third eye for me. You know? And so it is what it is. It's not the it's not Insight Time. It's just that's happening everywhere. Let me open your third eye for you. But first, here's my Patreon. Here's my tap to pay first. I'll open your third eye after tap to pay. Right. Oh, is this the new initiation fee? Anyways, my friend was gonna go to India. She was part of a, let's just say, a cult following. And she said that she can get initiated for $30,000. I'm like, oh, wait, what? She could get initiated. Like, if you just give 30,000, you're in. Like, the guru was straight. Open your third eye for you for 30,000, and people do it. Shoot, that's a Honda Civic nowadays. Like, you could get a Honda Civic with that. Shoot, that's more useful. You could at least get a job. You know, that's a 2 used car from 2012 right there. Buy one, get one. Right, that's 2 cars right there. You can get a tiny home. You know what I'm saying? And put there's so many. To get your third eye open. So on the spiritual journey, I crossed paths with many people who were misled. Even gurus manipulating young students, as you heard from Bikram Yoga, like the first. Yeah. Everyone's different, you know. Money's not evil. It's just the attachment to it, right? Attachment to money. You can do anything, but the moment you start being attached, you're effed. Because now you don't own yourself. Something external of you controls you. Yeah, it's not that, yeah. The master says, use money, but don't let the money use you. Help people. But many people, instead of helping people, they manipulate to get what they want, because sometimes they're just trying to sell tickets. But I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I've been on the spiritual journey enough to have crossed paths with many people who tell me about their gurus, their community, right? Friends with many people who are part of the Hare Krishna, many Christian Catholics, right? Many people who are from the New Thought movement, the Unity, the Fillmore, right? Many hippies, many. So I get to, and I'm the type where people like my support, because when I support people, I'm all in. So when you're the type that's really, I'm really helpful, right? Because that's what I represent. Until I start to lose respect because of your actions. But before I lose respect, it's like, 5 times of like, wow. Right. It's like usually something three things cannot hide for long: the moon, the sun, and the truth. What is done in the dark will be brought to the light. So when you're a leader who lacks integrity, eventually what's done in the dark is brought to the light. And I know some spiritual leaders, they're never sober. I'm like, how can you? I see them like, when are you ever sober, bro? Because they're not healed. When you're not healed, you end up becoming attached to the medicine and poisoning your consciousness. Nothing wrong with medicine, it's just all the time though. Use the medicine, or the medicine will use you. Welcome, Diane. All about that balance. That's the more mature lesson. Balance. Because it takes a long time to balance. It's like a pi ratio in the beginning. But if you never keep climbing your mountain, you never... Because you just get here, and if you stop cultivating, you stay like you're centered but wobbly. Because to go a little bit more, it's like the peak of right. The higher you climb, the harder it gets, but the more rewarding. Because the moment you stop, you start descending the mountain already. Right. Thank you for your blessings. If you're not climbing, you're descending. You descend faster than you climb, right? So that's why you don't need to be like, you climb the mountain to learn. It's more about the journey. But if you don't give it your all on that journey, you're not going to learn all. Follow Brother Arrow Eyes. Spiritual sounds. Snipe Fox says, yeah, the medicine does use me, not gonna lie. Yes, currently that's the, it's all the same, whether it's natural medicine or pharmaceutical. If you abuse any medicine, you poison yourself. It can be controversial because some is like, big pharma, and some is, the more natural type, but it's the same issue. People, like, if the medicine doesn't heal you, what is it doing? It's making me feel good, yeah. And imagine that there's a life where you could feel good just by breathing. And sometimes you think you feel good, but you can't do it while sober. Is that a genuine goodness? Because you can't be on the medicine all the time, but here's a secret. Yeah, you can if you buy enough and do it enough, which is sad. I don't want to see my brothers and sisters constantly on something just to get through their day. I want to see them just feel happy with who they are, wake up with gratitude, and sleep with good dreams. And when your energy good, you find good friendship, relationship, and a good job. When your energy bad, you heartbroken, loneliness, and going out and doing other substance when the opportunity comes. Unfortunate. Welcome to the Real Talk. Let's do a little. Self-esteem, positive self-perception, and trust in yourself, it has to be built. 100. Welcome to the Mystic Village. Thank you for 50,000 likes. Welcome. I hope you enjoy that. They play flute music. Take the flute music. Welcome, Sister Michelle. We got Gibby Honey Chili. D. Thank you for all the blessing. User 9385. Shi. Irene, sister. We got Jason. Christy is here. Pika. Sister Grace back. Truth to Power. Royal Azure. And Kiss to the Rain. Grateful for that tiny diny. Grateful for Jules for your donation. Grateful for respect, peace, and calm on planet Earth. Thank you, Ashna. Thank you, Brother Rio. Diana here. Create genuine love. Somebody says, I take authenticity over false positivity any day. It looks like the movement is going that way. In a world of so much information, you want some realness. Everything's so curated and polished that it has become kind of robotic, actually. So for us to be here live streaming and raw, talking about things and respecting each other, it's like, can you believe it? They're like peaceful and respecting each other and like actually unifying and stuff. And it's on TikTok out of all places, but they also do it other places too. I'm grateful for genuine people in my life. The one that keep it real even when times are hard. That's why you need old people around. Excuse my language. Grandma got nothing to lose. So that's why grandma just say how it is. You know what I mean? Grandma don't care. Like grandma, grandpa will say how it is because they don't care about right. They're living their life happily, and there's a reason why they're happy. We can be like grandma. No need to wait. That's right. Shout out to Beep Boop Power Rangers. We gotta be like grandma. As long as grandma, is happy. And usually, as you get older in life, I don't got time for BS in my life. I just want to relax, right? Sometimes you gotta stand up for your peace. Gotta protect your peace, because people try to throw you in between their drama, get you caught up. Don't get caught up in people's drama. Not worth it. You know what I mean? Diane says, by the way, my husband listened with me to your message this afternoon. Thank you so much. I'm grateful y'all are getting along. happily married for how long now? 5 years. Not another day. Almost 5 years. The first line in there says, honey, did you hear that? Simple happiness. This is Sister Diane live stream sometimes. I go in there. Many people creating love, right? Newlyweds, not like Grace and Virgil. Spider webs crawling already. I'm like, damn. Not newlywed no more. Recently, I started playing Pokemon Go with my wife. You know, she grew up not doing a lot of that type of activity. I realized, you know, she likes that phase of sometimes people don't really experience that type of thing, or doing something like that helps people to feel connected, you know. Gets you to do something together. Pokemon Go, you walk around outside, you look for Pokemon, and it's more about you spend time with each other doing something that's not so deep, but it's still quality time because you both kind of you enjoy it, but it's not so like we could stop anytime. It's just you have to be open-minded to make your life work sometime, you know. And I thought, man, I should go play Pokemon Go with my wife. And it just kind of naturally happened because we're both very, you know, we both like to have fun, but you don't know what kind of fun crosses over, you know, like, oh. And sometimes that's what makes your relationship works in life, doing something as simple as just, all right, I'll re-download it again. All right, transfer me some Pokemon. And then of course we battle. She beats me. I'm like, all right, that's why you want me to play. So you get beat. And then of course I'm naturally competitive. So that's the dynamic. Like she gets to win sometimes. And today we went to do a gym. We beat a boss together. Like it's like we walked to our church. That's like walking distance. And we try to like fight this. We both defeat some Pokemon. And at the end, after you beat it, you get to capture a Pokemon. I capture my Pokemon. She did not capture her Pokemon. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is the universe teaching me something right here. It's a healthy thing to win and lose sometimes. Because, you know, and that's what makes it fun. Oh, I captured my Lapras. You couldn't land your Pokeball. This is a high CP Pokemon, 1200. And so that's what makes it memorable, because there's emotions that make life interesting. Imagine life just like flat line, just white rice, no soy sauce, no seasoning. right? A flute that just plays one note. It's not bad, right? But I need some notes on my flutes, like real. I think we often forget we need to play and fun as adults. He says, what do you say? Fun and keeps you both active. Yeah. I played my flute down by the river today and my friend loved it. Beautiful. Shout out to going to the river with your friends. The life in Montana. The Montana life. It's just you have to find out what type of personality you have. I need some notes on my bank account. And I hope you get what you want. Oh, beautiful. I hiked through a forest and I identified flowers with my friends. I met my wife at a boba tea shop that I go to a lot. And over time we just kind of met, said hi, but we never really hung out because, you know. But when we did, I mean, we talk from time to time, yeah. We talk from time to time. And slowly we became friends on Instagram. But it took some time, you know. Good things take some time to build, you know. But of course I already had my awakening, so I was very patient with the journey. I landed in San Francisco last night from London and saw a whale for the first time. Shout out to the whale gang. Played a flute. Talk less. Damn. Hey, don't say that. You're gonna piss people off. I don't mind you saying that to me, but people will get pissed off at you. I'm used to it. You know what I mean? Coming from a loving place. Yes. That's where I'm coming from. But I guess you're not hearing it. Also, if you want just music, you know, I have a recording. Guru Thanet on YouTube or Spotify. If you really don't want to hear me talk, link in the bio, guruthanet.com. Gotta throw the link at the link in the bio. Link. Yeah, I know, like I make music for healing, and sometimes the talk is more healing than the music at times, which is why I have not been playing as much flute because the talk has been amazing. You know, it's just I learned to use the flutes really well. I know the timing to use it. If you're constantly playing it, people don't respect the flute as much, which I did, right? I used to do 3-hour sound bath, no talking, 2 hours, no talking. Now I do what's needed, and sometimes more music is needed, sometimes more talk is needed, but sometimes the talking is the music. then the truth is that you get spoiled because nobody's streaming 5 hours anyways. Right? I don't know a single sound healer that streams 5 hours. So I was doing meditation on your flute, yeah. Which got stopped. I mean, you didn't have to stop. You didn't have to stop meditating, but I guess you did. Some people meditate, and the truth is that the music never stopped. It's still going. Because you can actually meditate on spiritual talk or engaging talk, yeah. That's all. So again, some people literally just meditate while we talk, right? It's like being in a room of spiritual conversation. Okay. Right. Being in a room of spiritual practitioners, and we're just having a genuine conversation, and some people gain a lot from meditating. Yeah. Which is kind of rare to just casually be with people and being grounded. Yeah. And remember, it's summertime. There's a lot of in this case, he's just coming, well, you know, they're coming from a more place of fire energy, right? It's just sometimes people don't realize it's rude, but that's why we're teaching that, you know, when you communicate and when you're not communicating with mindfulness, it can come off as a wrong message, even if that's who you are. Right? There's a cause and effect. That's it. I just say, hey, don't say that because you may. Yeah. Yeah, it's not about the conversation, it's more about what you said, yeah. There's a spiritual lesson involved, which is why we're talking about it. It's just the truth. It's crazy how you noticed when I arrived. Yes, I know. You just don't realize the thing that you think wasn't direct offensive is a way you use language with consequences. That's all. Whether you realize it or not is up to you. You don't have to realize it. We're just saying that's what we're perceiving. Welcome, lovely lace. It's okay, we're gonna do. Matter of interpretation. A conversation takes two people, and we're here just gently, saying, look, when you communicate, this is what's being received, and there's consequences to saying a certain thing. Yeah. also known as, yes, there's a way that you behave that makes your behavior rude. And sometimes that has to be taught, because oftentimes nobody teaches you your behavior is rude because maybe your parents or where you came from didn't really do a good job. And so we're here to be patient and gently express so that your life is good, because right here we have the patience to talk about it and respectfully. Somewhere else they may have blocked you and kicked you already. You know what I mean? We're just trying to help. That's all. And it's not just about you, it's that we're all learning, oh, actions have consequences. Rude action has a certain consequence, and good action has a different consequences. Right? And also, we're learning patience, because a lot of people who may not be patient may not know how to deal with people whose behavior may be rude, and they need sometimes a mentor. And that's okay. Yeah. And then we move on, yeah. That's one Dharma talk, right? We learn a lot more than flute music already. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. We learned a lot more. What is the concept of friendliness in Buddhism? Be a good friend, don't be a manipulator. I don't know. Can you explain, do you know about it? Friendliness in Buddhism? I mean, what does it mean to be a good friend in general? I can't speak for Buddhism and friendliness, because I don't see any. Just be a good friend in general. Be a good person. My element mostly water. Sometimes I have fire when I'm upset, passionate about something I dislike. That's a lot of people. We only speak up when it's too late. When it's too late, it means the master taught us, instead of preventing the buffalo from running everywhere, you let the buffalo run off and then you build the fence. But when you learn to speak up before trouble happens, you're paying attention. This buffalo, there's a cause and effect that happens. Right? So if you pay attention to life, you know the cause and effect. If the buffalo's gonna run off, we have to build a fence. Right? If you know that you only speak up when there's trouble, you have to learn to speak up before trouble happens to prevent trouble. Like what we just did right now. There was trouble coming up. We say, hey, be careful the way you are speaking. You're gonna offend some people, because that's called being rude. The consequence of being rude is you irritate people, and so, right. But it also leads to wisdom, which leads to, when we have wisdom, then we actually become better people and nicer people instead of rude people. That's all. It's just like, oh. But sometimes we come off more fiery, right? Especially if you've been in the army, in a very hyper, very masculine environment, people are rude to each other as a joke. Or sometimes they communicate with rudeness because that's just how they communicate. Or in sales, yeah. Like some people say, "What's up, mother effer?" Like casually, right? Because that's a more fire type of communication. You know, like that's different. That's like private friend. But when it's community talk, I mean, you know, different story. I got my tickets for camping, beautiful. Shout out to Rio coming to. Medicine for the people. This is solar plexus chakra. Breathing in and out. And of course, thank you for 80,000 likes. Not a great way to greet the parents. Yeah, exactly. The way you communicate with your best friend is different than your parents. Right, the way we communicate in this spiritual community is way different than in other communities or places. We have a lot of patience in here. Some places they don't have patience. They're just like, hey, get out. That's rude. And so we want to learn from that, you know. It's all love. Even the hate is love in some crooked form. Yes, and that's why we have to be really clear about when we say something, we have to clarify many things, because saying that even hate is love, what does that mean in some crooked form? So the more we clarify ourselves, the more we have clear communication in community. I notice that nowadays people say some things, but they don't clarify themselves and miscommunicate. In the world of so much information, we need more clarification. But sometimes we don't. So there's a lot of miscommunication happen because we don't learn to clarify. So it's a skill that we need to learn to make our life more harmonious, for sure. Yeah. I was just very clear. Yes, clearly, very clear. And so it takes time the art of communication takes time, right? Learning how to communicate and no drama, focus on peace. It takes a skill to be patient with yourself, patient with others, and learning how to listen deeply and also how to speak deeply and clarify. It's a beautiful skill. And so the more we talk about it, so many people are learning the skill to communicate better. For those of you who who may have issues with that. We're all learning. And sometimes you have one type of person that's more fiery, one type of person that's more graceful and calm, soft-spoken, and they don't know how to communicate because one's always aggressive and one just like, right, one's really aggressive and the other one's like really, they're very considerate and they're kind of like nudging. So the person who has too much fire, to make their life work, they have to learn to be patient and be graceful. The person who's graceful and gentle need to speak up and be blunt about some things too, so that we have a balance. Because sometimes we're all just like scared. Like, no, speak your heart sometimes. And some people are just so aggressive, they need to chill out sometimes. So finding the yin and yang that makes your life work is amazing. Because when your life begins to have harmony, it's easy to breathe. People want to come tell you stuff. People trust you because they know you're going to understand them rather than judge them, even if they're on an off day or even if they're feeling a certain way. They know that you'll listen because you're there with a loving heart. And if you feel something, you'll say the truth even if it hurts people's feelings. Which is a skill, right? Saying the truth that hurts people feeling in a way that they can absorb is a really difficult skill that I haven't seen too many people do. Right? Because delivering the truth offends the ego unless you know the skill to communicate it with grace, but also with a little stingy. I think it's called, I call it a jab. It's like, ow. Because you could uppercut them, but you decided to take a gentle jab and smile instead, right? Like, ooh, that was just a jab, ooh. So for the fire people, they're like, ooh. Right, but for the water people, you just have to find out what you like, how you work. How do you work? Yeah. Sometimes you grow up with a father in the military, or you are in the military. Sometimes you're in an environment that's really masculine, and like when you're dealing with lots of people, yeah, when you're dealing with lots of people, you have to be more clear with each other because you got a lot of people to deal with. So that's why people who are in the inner city who has to deal with a lot of people, they're more straightforward because there's a lot of people to deal with, you know. Thank you, Nestor. Let's see here. Nestor Garcia. Let's see what's going on. I applied for a job hanging mirrors. It's a job I can really see myself doing. Hanging mirrors. How do you handle communication with an aggressive and bullish family member? Grown adult that is cruel. That's a tricky question, because first, why are they like that? What makes them cruel? Are they cruel because they've been abused? Or are they cruel because they've been trained? Are they cruel because they're CEO of a company? Or you have to see why. And so you have to sometimes gain respect from people like that. You have to learn to give them a taste of their own medicine, also known as just reflect their energy. For example, sometimes people will only listen to you if you have their type of money, right? Because that's to them, that's how you gain some people's respect, right? But it's not always about money. It's about demeanor. Sometimes to communicate with people who are very masculine, you have to show them a little fire to gain their respect. Because if they know you and how you are, but the moment you learn how to bring up the fire, now they take you more seriously because they know you can go off, but you just don't need to. Right? I can go off, but I don't need to. It's just the wisdom is a stronger fire because it just destroys the ego. And they know you could go off with wisdom without needing to yell. And so that's a way you demonstrate. Right? Sometimes you need to be right for example, if you know you help people on a daily basis and you constantly have great result, but some new people don't take you seriously, when you keep being right over and over and over and over, now you're like, damn, he's always right, but I just don't like it when he is. Like, it's not about being right. It's about happiness. Boom. Because to them, right, they get tired of you being right all the time. But to you, you're not trying to be right. You're just trying to help people. So the more you're consistent with your kindness and wisdom, people, they gain respect. Right? They were abused by my father, but now over 50 years old, so it's time to stop acting out. I told them this, and now they are on the war path with anger because no one told this sibling to stop. Welcome, Crank Off. When somebody has a lot of anger, what did the Buddha say? Anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing at somebody. Ow. They're burning, but they don't know that. Right? Well, how can you convince that anger person to let go of the hot coal? You're not holding up. So when somebody's angry and has that demeanor and fire, they oftentimes will try to get you to join them. Misery loves company. But when you sit there and deeply listen, eventually angry people poison their own mind because it takes so much energy to be angry over and over. So after about 1 hour of complaining and being angry, they get really drunk off their own poison called anger, sadness, complaints, and misery. And so after about an hour or two of listening, angry people run out of things to say and say, you're my brother and I want to see you happy. I see the energy, like I want to see you happy, and just be blunt. I want to see you happy. I'm sorry you feel this way. Like, just understand that they're where they're at. Don't try to change them, and just want better for them. And when they hear that, they don't know how to respond because you listened. So angry people, the one thing people never want to do for them is listen to them, because it's like, damn, I don't want to have to deal with this anymore. But if you're able to listen, you help release the pressure valve, like, and then you plant the seed of love. I'm sorry this happened to you. I want to see my brother happy. I want to see the whole family happy. If there's anything that I could do to help you feel more joy, always end on a positive note. Do the best, and in the beginning, you're gonna still get irritated because of you're used to responding with anger because that's your brother and you've known them for 50 years or whatever, right? But if you change your game plan, instead of responding with anger, you just listen with kindness, with the desire with the wish, man, I just want to see you happy. And then at the end, how can we help your life become better? How can we help you feel better? Because I want to see my brother happy on a daily basis. And then you come up with a practical idea. You know what? Maybe we should go jogging together. Because I just want to, right? So you have to be willing to do your part. It doesn't have to be, it could be anything. Find out their love language. Read the 5 love languages. Right? The people spewing the most negative words need the positive words that they don't get. Thank you so much for being my brother. Imagine those words they've probably never heard because they're busy being angry. It's hard to be loved when you're always negative. Right? Say, I know you had a hard life, but thank you for being my brother. You can then they'll start feeling emotion and getting insecure, but it's okay. I'm not here to make you feel insecure on the spot. I just want to see you happy. And if you need something, just text me. Because what they need is love. To just feel love, to feel like someone cares, to feel that that they didn't just get abandoned by their family, which takes lots of effort and energy. It take months, right? So again, it's you gotta, when it comes to your family and healing, you have to give it your all, because that's what you've been blessed with. And as light workers and healers and practitioners, when we're able to exercise this level of compassion, it leads to miracles within our family that's necessary for us to do the work beyond our family. If we help the whole world but can't help our own brother or sister or mother and father, you have to honor your roots. And many people skip that phase because it is difficult, because your family knows you so well that they assume you're the same person, or right? It's really difficult to help. But that's why this community is here, to inspire you. You can do this, and you will become, right, like your energy, your chakra, your energy, all these things starts to flow, because wow, you did the impossible. Your brother is actually happier when nobody thought he would ever be again. So now the word, can you believe it? I don't know what they did with Billy, but he's actually less angry. And then the good word goes around town versus like, man, he's still the same after 40 years. Right? So that's why the good news is so precious. And when the good news is in your own family, I live for this stuff, brothers, sisters. Right? That's why I love what I do here, because your family end up being happy too. So grateful. Thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Hey, welcome, Talking Monkey here. What if my family doesn't want to talk to me? Oh, damn, we've been going deep every stream nowadays. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I sign up for. Richness in community and thing. Let me. If you want to unlock your family and heal your family that doesn't talk to you, okay, let's deal with this one first and then we'll... What about abusive dynamics? Can people love from a distance if they have no hold on to that question. If you want to heal family that doesn't talk to you, you have to start with opening a channel of good energy with them, because when they don't talk to you, it's not a good dynamic, right? So you have to change the connection somehow, right? When the communication is disconnect, you have to find a way to connect. Well, if they don't talk to you, how do you connect? Forgive your whole family through visualization first and really feel it. Before, right, this is called a manifestation technique, but you're doing it from the heart, right? You're not manifesting because from your ego, you're manifesting because you want healthy, best life, right? So you visualize forgiving yourself. Like if you have any animosity, you have to lead with, I forgive you for your ignorance, because if you had love, you would still talk to me. But because you had the absence of wisdom and love, I forgive you. Yes, start with visioning forgiveness with self and family, and just have no heaviness and negativity towards them. We can't change what they're doing to us, but we can change our relationship. So as your energy changes, you're all connected already because you're born in the same family. Your karma with your family is a lot stronger because it's blood related. You're connected by biology and energy and all that, right? And so that's why you have stronger connection, right? Through karma, you're born in the same family. And so as you do visioning forgiveness, deep forgiveness, if you had love, you would treat me with compassion, but you lack the knowledge, the wisdom, and the love, so I forgive you. And you go through everyone in your family, and every day you do that. And then when you think of your family, and there's no heaviness, and there's no heaviness, there's no burning sensation in your chakra, your throat's not choking up because they talk bad about you, or your gut's not burning because you remember that time they just say that you are so disappointed. When you get rid of all, when your energy is clear, you're free. And you let the universe do the rest. You're coming from a place of love and joy. You're perceiving there's no negative attachment or chains of karmic sadness anymore. When you do your part, the universe does the other part, which is... I'm so grateful I learned that technique. I think it's from Michael Beckwith, the life visioning process. Or I learned it from somewhere. Hans King, right? There's many teachers. And it worked. I'm like, wow. I used that technique with my own mother. There's a lot of questions, so I'm going to go to the, do you feel enlightened? I don't know what that feels like. Does it feel paradoxical? I don't know what enlightenment feels like. Let's see here. I think it's called a life visioning process, but that technique, I forgot. Yeah. Could you repeat the technique again? I mean, do y'all want me to repeat the technique again? Because it's a really powerful technique. Y'all good? Okay. Because I'm about to move on to the next thing. We're going deep today. I thought you might feel it. You know what the Zen master says? Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Dang, I still have to chop wood, carry water. I thought I could just float the water. I can just use telepathic skill to like a Jedi to move the water. No. So it's ego. The one thing the master has never told me, I'm enlightened. So Brother Rio was saying, how do you heal, right? How do you deal with family? How do you heal a relationship where the person doesn't even talk to you in your family? We use a visualization technique, but that visualization has to have feeling. So you visualize first, that relationship may be negative, so you have to shift one energy so it can't, you have to purify it with forgiveness and compassion, because they judge you, because they don't know better, they got no wisdom, they lack mentors, and they lack love. That's why they judge and look down on you and don't talk to you because of who you are. Right? In this case, it's because his family does not like that he's gay, and and they didn't talk. So they don't know better, right? Because everybody deserves to be happy. But guess what? Some people are so close-minded, and they're coming from such a traditional view that they can't even open their mind to respecting and loving just because somebody chooses a different life, that they are who they are. And right, but if they had compassion and love, they would love, but they didn't. They don't know better. All they know, they just pass it in the family. So the way you do it, visualize yourself completely happy. Right, and you forgive them completely. So even they're not here, you can see all your family in front of you. I know you're judging me because that's where you were taught, where you came from. That's all you know. But without you, I would not have an awakening this lifetime for me to find out that I can be happy independently even though you may judge me differently. Which is right? So like Brother Rio may not find this community if it wasn't for his family judging him and not talking to him. I may not be here with you if I didn't get picked on and my mother didn't expect so much of me and I was a good Asian boy who got straight A's. I was kind of the opposite. Like, damn, why you kept failing your parents? Like, damn, I guess I'm just dumb. But you're not. You're made differently. Sometimes your parents expect you to be like the other children, but you're like, man, I'm straight A, B, C, and D constantly. Right? And in traditional term, that's called a failure child. A, B, C, D. Like, what? Like, we don't talk about him much. Like, so I felt like a failure long time because of all the expectations, right? And then when you get picked on in school, so it's the same thing. So to focus on the forgiveness, I forgave my bullies. I didn't talk to my bullies in person because, that's a long time ago. But I brought them to my heart in that situation. I say, you bully me because I look like an easy target, innocent, dorky. You needed somewhere to channel your energy because you're unhappy in your life. I understand now and I forgive you. I get it, I'm dorky. So dorkiness is like a great target for the people who low confidence and lack support. It's something, right? And so, but I carry a lot of pain because I carry the pain of kids picking on me for like 10 years of my life. And then eventually I meditated and realized, wow, I'm still angry at these kids. And I get, with all my heart, you picked on me because maybe at home you get spanked by your father or mother. Maybe your father and mother abandoned you. Maybe you don't even have a father or mother, which is why you're behaving that way. I choose to forgive you because if you had love, you would not be bullying other people. And I forgive myself because I didn't know better. If I knew better, I would have let go a long time ago. But you helped me awaken this lifetime because of your bully, because of your mistreatment towards me. It helped me to find out who I truly am. Thank you. Boom. So that's kind of generally the technique. But you have to take your time to meditate on a daily, maybe journal. And then you could go through every situation in the past that you still, right? You can go through. So I did. I went through every situation to when my father cursed at me, calling me stupid randomly just because he was frustrated, to my coach yelling me stupid. So a lot of people called me stupid growing up, which made me feel that way. Right, of course. And so, but they were just frustrated because they wanted me to be somebody who I'm not, right? So instead of taking the time to patiently teach me, they were just impatient because that's where they came from. So the reason I'm super patient today, because I need to be, to make my life work. Okay, thank you. Right? So a lot of people come and be mean or whatever, I'm used to it. Why? I sign up for it. Without all the suffering and people judging, I may not be here with you today. I might not be able to be impactful. So we all have some situation like that. So I hope you learn from how to forgive the past. It's a huge technique. All right. I think I learned this type of technique from Hans King, which is like yeah, thank you. Where I'm at now, I'm great. It's just I'm willing to be super vulnerable with you to teach. And that's what I see the lack of in many teachers. They're so scared of being vulnerable because they don't want to be judged. They don't want to show any private information because I'm not sure why. But when you can be vulnerable, it's relatable to people. So that's why I'm willing to put myself on the spot constantly on a day-to-day basis.